The biggest problem with undercured gel manicure is that sometimes it's not that obvious. You can't even tell if the product was not fully cured until you dig deeper. When you have undercured gel nails, that means that some of the product still remains in a gel-like or even liquid substance. So these nails are going to break or fall off easily and painlessly. Well, in the best case scenario. In the worst case, they will cause terrible allergic reactions. Hey guys, I'm Anastasia, international nail expert and educator. Let's go step by step through the process on how to use gels and how to avoid getting undercured product on your nails. Also, I'm going to try a new LED lamp by Nail Girls. Let's divide all gel products into 4 groups. First one is clear and semi-transparent gel polishes. Second one is also clear and semi-transparent but sculptured gels or polygels. Number 3 is solid color cream, the ones we usually use to apply a solid color. And finally, we have highly pigmented sculptured gels or polygels or 3D gels. To make sure that you fully cure the product from each group, you need to understand the amount of product you need to apply, cure time, how to properly cure them, and which lamp will be suitable. After we did the prep, we apply the hydrator and primer, and then we need to apply a thin layer of base coat. And it doesn't matter if you are doing an overlay, extensions, polygel, hard gel, we always need a base coat. Right now I'm going to do sculptured nails, that's why we have forms on, but it doesn't really matter when you apply the base coat. Some people prefer to apply it before fitting the form. At the moment I'm using a clear base coat, so if you're using a clear or semi-transparent ones, usually this is the kind of product where you will not have much problems with curing it, because UV light is able to fully penetrate through the transparent product and it is going to be fully cured. I'm going to give you an average recommended cure time, but please keep in mind that they still may vary depending on the product and the lamp you're using, so always read instructions first. For base coats and all products from the group 1, usually the recommended cure time is 30 seconds. And for this kind of product, you don't really need a super powerful lamp, about 9 watts will be fine. After curing the base coat, I'm going to build the tip of the nail using clear sculpting gel, which brings us into the group 2. So it is the same whenever you're using a clear polygel or clear sculpting gel. Since it's transparent too, normally you will not have any issues with curing it because it's pretty simple, but now we have a slightly different issue. Because unlike base coat, we apply more of this product, it's not a thin layer anymore. This is where we may face the other problem, heat spikes. Heat spikes are very common when you're using clear sculpting products because the UV light can penetrate through it, so the reaction of polymerization is going too fast and it's giving more heat than usual. So I would recommend definitely to avoid any kind of clear or semi-transparent sculpting products if you have super thin, sensitive or damaged nails. 36 watts lamp will be enough here to fully cure the product. Also make sure that the product is not touching the skin, because this is very common when we have everything on point, but it's still burning in the lamp. Well, whenever the product is touching the skin, even slightly somewhere in the corner, this is what may trigger it. Cure time is 60 seconds for clear, semi-transparent, jelly, gels and polygels. Wait, so why can't I just take a 54 watts lamp, like the most powerful out there, and use it for everything, because it is going to cure everything, right? Yes, but if you will be dealing with the clients who have thin nails, sensitive nails, and there are many of them, they will experience a terrible heat spikes every time you will try to cure like a regular clear gel polish. Alright, so that means if I want to work without worrying that my clients will experience heat spikes, if I want to have a proper nail lamps for different products, I need to own a variety of nail lamps. Yes, until today it was the best solution for professionals. This is the technique that I used. I have multiple lamps and I use it on different occasions, but not everyone is a nail blogger. It's quite hard to own this variety of products and they're quite quite pricey. I was super excited to finally learn that there's a nail lamp that have this feature when you can choose a level of power from 4 different options. This is rechargeable LED nail lamp by Nail Girls, which has 4 different time settings: 10 seconds, 30, 60, and 90. And besides time, we can also choose the power out of 4 different options. You can see the power level indicator on the right side. So the lowest one is 1 and 4 is the highest power. This is so cool. So whenever we're dealing with clients with thin nails, we can use the lowest powers. But when you're doing art and working with colored pigmented gels, we can use the top power. But that's not everything. We can also choose the level of brightness. We can choose half bright, which means only half of the LED lights will be on, or full bright, so all of them will be on. Since we can also combine it with the different levels of power, that gives us 8 different options. Let's get back to my client's nails, and we just finished curing clear sculpting gel, so it's time to take the forms off, but you need to be careful because this is not the finished nail yet. They're quite thin at this point, so we can easily break them. They look so cute now, like a transparent icy nails. Next product we're going to use is from group number 4, which is one of the most highly pigmented products, bright white polygel. It's absolutely non-transparent, not a see-through, and very highly pigmented since this is a bright white color. I'm going to build the reverse smile line here in the center of the nail, build the apex at the same time, and also do a slight fade towards the cuticle. For some reason, whenever I'm experimenting with different colors of the nail bed, when I'm using bright colors such as white, I don't really like to do it all the way to the cuticle, because once they grow longer, we will see this line. Instead, I'm going to do the fade and then add a different color near the cuticle, so once they grow longer, it will be seamless. Highly pigmented sculptured products like this usually are the most challenging to cure, because we build the structure out of them, so we are forced to apply thicker layers, and since they have so much pigment in them, it's harder for UV light to penetrate through it, so we need to be very careful. We definitely need to use the highest power here, but you still need to be very careful and control the amount of product that you apply on the nail. If it goes to extreme levels and will be super thick, it may be completely not possible for any lamp on the planet to fully cure it. So if you're not sure, it is better to divide it into 2 steps. Build a thin layer first and then apply the second. Depending on the color and the brand you are using, cure time is recommended from 90 to 120 seconds. After doing reverse smile lines like this, you don't really need to do this, like to file them to make them more crisp. However, if you did a mistake, you can. But I wanted to do this just to check if the product is fully cured, and this is one of the ways to check it. Try filing it. It's supposed to file like it normally does, like it's absolutely solid, you have a regular dust from it. But if it feels soft, if the dust is not really dusty and fluffy, it's like clogging the file or e-file, it may be a sign that the product was not fully cured. Looks like everything is fine here, the product is fully cured, and then I'm going to use a builder milky gel with some glitter inside to build the cuticle area to conceal this part where we have a color fade, so once the nails will grow longer, this area will be seamless. This product comes into category 2, which is clear or transparent sculpting products, which is also pretty easy to cure. But since we are working so close to the cuticle and to skin here, you need to be careful and avoid the product touching skin at any point. Depending on how transparent the gel is, 30 to 60 seconds is usually enough cure time, and we decided to use the top power just to test it, but my client has regular nails. For thin and sensitive nails, I will definitely recommend to go at least half power. Are you guys ready for some nail art? Let's do some dry flowers, and we're going to use a different color on each nail. I apply a base coat or any clear gel will work, like a super thin layer just to secure the flowers. And you don't really need to cure this part. It's fine to flash cure it like for 10 seconds just to make sure that they're not going anywhere. Unfortunately, I don't have that much of variety of colors. I mean, I wanted to do 5 different colors, one for each nail. Like, I couldn't find the purple dry flowers, so I had to improvise a little and use the same colors. But it's not really a big deal because we're adding some jelly colors later. 10 to 20 seconds would be enough, and now let's add the jelly colors. They're going to change the color of the dry flowers. Well, at least this is what I hope for. And these gels fall into category 2, depending on the gel you're using, because they're jelly gel polishes that are very thin, and also we have sculpting gels, like a sculpting jelly gel. So depending on that, you need to choose your cure time, but normally it's about 60 seconds. Alright, looks like my idea is working. Honestly, I was hoping that the colors are going to be more transparent. That's why I'm not going to apply much. I just apply a thin coat just to cover the dry flowers and to give it some color. And then we also need to build the rest of the nails, and I'm going to use a clear sculpting gel to do that. This is the same sculpting gel I used to build the tip of the nail, so the recommended cure time is 60 seconds. My goal was to show you as many products as possible in this tutorial, and I just realized we still didn't use a regular solid color. So for color gel polishes, the recommended cure time is 60 to 90 seconds. Meanwhile, I'm almost done building the structure. Make sure that you cover all the flowers, all the corners, and cure them for 60 seconds. Time to remove the sticky layer and to file them. The moment of truth, we are going to figure out if the product is fully cured. But I was mostly worried about the white one. So if the white is fully cured, then the rest of them are going to be fully cured for sure. So if you're filing and you're feeling that the product is slightly soft, first make sure that you don't have any sticky layer residue first. Make sure that you clean it really well. If you did and it still feels soft, then consider curing it again for another minute or 2. If it's not helping, then maybe it can be the product itself, maybe the lamp is not powerful enough, or maybe you just added too much product, so it's just not possible to fully cure it. Also make sure that you are curing any gel products correctly. This is how the hand should be placed in the lamp, relaxed with the fingers straight. When you need to cure the product on the thumb, place it in the lamp like this, so the other 4 fingers would be under the table. Don't cure the nails one by one, don't lean on them, don't turn them sideways, because it all may result in undercured product. Meanwhile, we need to finish our beautiful art, and since we have transparent jelly tips of the nails, it is better to seal them with a glossy top coat underneath, so they will look even more transparent, like a stained glass. Cure like this for 60 seconds with the palm up. Finally, we're going to seal them with the same glossy top coat on top and cure for 60 seconds. And before I show you the final look, let me wash them first. I figured that this foam, which is actually designed for your face, is great for moisturizing the skin and cleaning all the dust and debris. My favorite nail is definitely the thumb because it's yellow and looks so yummy, reminds me of honey. Let me guys know what do you think. This Nail Girls lamp is available on Amazon. The link will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!